Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are looking at My Little Scythe, the junior version of the popular board game Scythe. My junior version board games series is probably coming to an end in a couple of episodes because my I have shown you all the little junior versions that I have in my collection, but as and when I get more junior version board games, I will keep updating and keep continuing with this series. But till then, we will look at different board games. But today, let's see what My Little Scythe has inside for us. My Little Scythe is published by Stonemeyer Games, and let's turn around on the back and see. Okay, right here. So it's for ages 8 plus, and then it takes about 45 minutes, and it's for 1 to 6 players. Okay, so let's go ahead and open the box and see what's in. Let's open up the box and see what's inside. We have played this game a couple of times, so we have already organized everything into the box. So here it just tells you how to arrange the board. I mean, how to arrange things in the box back again. So it's just showing you how to arrange everything. Okay, then this is the rule book for solo play right here, and then this is the rule book for multiplayer game. Okay, and then this is the achievement sheet right here, and then this is the painting guide for the miniatures in the game right here, front and the back. Okay, so that's the painting guide. Then we open this here, and here are the player boards. There are 6 of them because this is a 1 to 6 player game, so there are same 6 boards, right? And here there are miniatures. There are 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 color miniatures, but you can choose but the game is for 1 to 6. They also have the action token which are right here. Let me pull this one up right here. Okay, then they have pie token for each player, and then there are these friendship tokens. Okay, and then these are the trophies. Okay, so they are there for each color of miniatures right here. Okay, so let's move this box out, and then this thing is the game board itself. And the game board I will open up once I am ready to set up the game, because it's very big and I want to show you the illustrations on the game board. And don't mind this, this got all jumbled up, but I will try my best to let me go ahead and arrange these and this, and then I will explain what is everything in. So now that everything is organized in the box, let's go ahead and see each of the items in here. So these are the two pie fight dials. There are 2 of these. They look like this from the back and like this on the front. Okay, both are exactly the same. The next we have are these 24 apples right here. Then we have 12 quest tokens. Okay, and then we have here in this bag there are 24 magic gems. Okay, then next we have are these search dice right here. So there are 5 of them. Okay, then these are quest token cards, right? Then these cards right here are for solo play, and they're right here, so they are for solo play of the game. Then next we have are these 8 personality cards that can help you, cards used to help you with the trophies. Okay, so these all will give you help you to gain trophies to win the game. Okay, then here we have the setup tile used to populate the map. Okay, then we have these, let me just organize back in here. These are base camp token tiles. Okay, for each there is one for each player. Okay, so this one was for purple player, right? And then these are magic spell cards right here. On the back they will show you these pies in the back. Also 3 pies, 2 pies. Okay, so those are the magic spell cards. Then the next, these 2 piles are power up cards. Okay, power up tiles, and they each give something different. Okay, This helps you increase the power of your player board. Okay, so right here, oh sorry, okay, so this is this. So those are the contents of the box. And then now let's go ahead and see how to set up the game, and I will also show you the beautiful illustration on the game board itself. So here is the back of the game board, and this illustration just melts my heart. Like, I am always so happy to see this illustration on the back of the game board. And the front of the game board is even more beautiful, and this game board is also a really big game board, just like the Ticket to Ride. It is trifold. So let me go ahead and flip this over, and then I'll show you the front side of the. Here is the front side of the game board, and this side the illustrations are beautiful, but the back of this board is just something that I really personally like so much. So here is the front of the game board. Now let me go ahead and set up the game, and then I will come and show you how to set up the game. Before we move on to setting up the game, let's look at the game board itself. There are 6 regions on the game board that will help you discover apples and magic gems. So right here, starting at up right here, this is the tundra. So the white tiles are all tundra. The gray are the mountain. The green is the forest area right here. Then the yellow right here is the desert. Red rock, this red area is red rock, and then here they have swamp, which is blue. Okay, so those are the 6 areas. Then these are the portals. So if you land here, you can go to here, go to any portal. You can go from anywhere, and you can also go from here directly to the center castle. Okay, then this is castle Everfree right here. Okay, and on this side they have the pie track, and each player's pie token will be on this track right here. And this side is the friendship track. Okay, so each person's friendship tile will be here. Down here you will place the magic spell cards, and this is its discard pile right here. The quest cards will be down here. Okay, and then up there will be power up tiles, and this right here will track the trophies that you have earned. Okay, so that's the game board. That's the detail of the game board. Now let's go ahead and see how to set up the game. All right, let's look at how to set up the board. Okay, so we are playing 2 players right now. So I have placed the base camps right across from each other, and the base camps are only supposed to be placed where there is a tent right marked. So in a 2-player game, according to the rule book, you have to place them here, and here is top and bottom of the board because you are sitting across from each other. Okay, then you will give each player a player board, and you will player board, a base camp tile, then 4 of these trophies and 1 action token, and these miniatures right here are called seekers. Okay, so the seekers go on to the base camp itself. They just look different, but they have the same functions. The trophies you will place on your player mat, where the trophies are marked. You'll have your action token ready to go on the player mat. Then on the board you will place the magic spell cards here where its location is. Shuffle them, place them down, give each player 1 magic spell card, and this is its discard pile. Next on here I have shuffled and placed all the quest cards down here. Going up here, I have placed the pie tokens for both the players on number 3 where you will start it. The same way, I have placed the second player's board, their action token, and their seekers on the board. Here the power-up tiles are placed face down, and on this friendship marker, I have placed the friendship tokens on number 3. Okay, and also in the end, you will give each player 1 of these personality cards, and the rest that you don't use, you will put them back in the box. Now there is one more step we need to do, and that is to randomize the board. So we'll take this tile, place it upside down, and then rotate it, and then flip it over. And this will tell us where we will put the gems, quest tokens, and apples on the board. So here it says that on here in the forest area where this camp is, I have to put one apple here, one quest token here, and one gem here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to place all the gems, quest token, and apples according to this, and then I will come back and show you how to play the game. Since this game is set up only for two players, you will only place the populate the areas where the base camps are active. So the camp is active here and the camp is active there. So I've placed the uh, resource is there and resources near this base camp. Okay, so now let's go ahead and see how to play. All right, let's look at how to play. So let's start with the player mat first. On the player mat, there are three actions that you can do. One is move, the other one is seek, and the last one is make. Each time you play the action, it has to be different from the previous one you had on your previous turn. So, say I played the move action on my first turn, then I cannot play the move action on my second turn. I have to either choose seek or I have to choose make. But say if I used a seek action, this one right here, then I can on my next turn I can use this right here and use this seek action for my next turn. So this action token should just be moving from each circle space where it can stay. Okay, same goes for the move. Lets you move both the seekers independently of each other onto the board. Seek lets you generate apples, gems, and quest tokens onto the board with the help of the dice. Okay, so you will roll. This one says 2 red die, 1 blue die, and 1 yellow die. So that's what you will roll. So you will leave out this 1 blue die. Oh goodness, this camera is not focusing. 1 blue die out and then roll these 4 dice. Okay, but if you put it right here on the bottom circle, you will roll 2 blue dice, 1 red die, and 1 yellow die. Okay, or you can do make, which is you can give 2 apples. If you have 2 apples, you can give 2 apples and get 2 pies. That means your pie token will move up 2 ladders. Or you can give 2 gems to get one of this magical spell cards. And you can also do is give 1 apple and 1 gem to gain one of the power up tiles from up there, and you can choose whether you want the green one or the blue one. Okay, so those are the three actions that you can do on your turn. Let's look at each of the actions individually. Let's first look at move. When you place your action token onto the circle for move, both of your seekers get to move on the same turn. Each seeker moves independently of other, and and they can move 2 steps if they are not carrying any gems, any magical gems or apples with them. So I'm going to place this seeker here because I want to carry the gem in my next turn with me. And I'm going to take this other seeker and move it 2 spaces up here into the portal. Each of the space that is bordered by a pink border is called a portal, and the portals are considered adjacent to each other. So if my seeker is here, I can move my seeker to any of the portals, with any of the gems or magical gems or apples that I am carrying. The Ever Castle in the center is also a portal, and but it is only accessible in certain situations when you're making a delivery. So let's go ahead and see what is to make a delivery. To make a delivery, you will need exactly 4 of the magical gems or apple, and you can only take into the Ever Castle what delivery you're making, leaving behind any additional resources that you have on the space with you. So this seeker can move to Ever Castle with this 4 gems, and the delivery is made. And instead of moving your other seeker, if it hasn't moved already, you're first going to take all these gems and put them back in the resource pile, and then your seeker will move directly back to the base camp. We will discuss other ways to come on the base camp further when we are learning other steps, but the once the seeker reaches the Ever Castle and makes the delivery, it comes back to the base camp. A seeker can move to the ever castle from two spaces if the seeker is adjacent to the ever castle, space adjacent to the ever castle, or the seeker is on one of the portals. The only time when both of your seekers can come to the ever castle at the same time is when one seeker brings in two of the resources of that you want to deliver, and the other one brings the other two resources to the ever castle. At this point, you will again take all the resource that you're delivering and put them in the supply pile, and then uh, both of your seekers will come back to the base camp tile. Okay, while coming on the base camp, you will be rejuvenated, and only one of your seekers will get rejuvenated, and you can only do this once per turn. So even if you bring both of your seekers back to the base camp, you can only do the base camp tile once. Once you return to the base camp tile, there are two things that you can uh, that you will get to do when your seeker comes on the base camp tile. First, you can either draw one magic spell card, or you can move your pie token two spaces up on the pie chart. Okay, the other one you can do is you can take your action token, and wherever it is placed on your player board, it can be reset and placed it back out. So you can use the same action that you used in your previous turn when your next turn comes, because it reset the seeker coming back to camp base camp tile resets the action token. Okay, so that is the delivery, the base camp tile, and the portals. Portals were the ones with the pink border that are considered adjacent, and you can move your seeker from one portal to another with all the resources they are collecting. So now let's go ahead and see what is a pipe. When you make the delivery at the Ever Castle, whether it is the magic gems or the apples, you will immediately put a trophy onto the chart right here, and you can only make one delivery of each type of resource you are delivering to Ever Castle. So once you have delivered the magic gems, you cannot do the delivery for magic gems again. So I have placed one of my trophies right here. The person who gets 4 trophies first wins the game. When you place the action token onto the move tile and your seeker accidentally lands on the space where the other player's seeker is already there, you initiated the pie fight. So you will immediately lose one friendship point once you initiate the pie fight. Then each of the players involved in the pie fight will take one of these dials and set up the dial secretly to the number of pies they want to throw while in a pie fight. These numbers can be between 0 and 7. You cannot throw any more pies than you have on the pie track, not pie chart, on the pie track. So the purple one has five pie points, and the other one has, the blue player has 6 pie points. So they can throw 6 pies, and the purple I can throw only 5, up to 5. It is also okay to throw 0 pies at the other player. Okay, each player can also then seek, if they have a magical spell card, they can secretly put the magical spell card with your number of pies that you want to throw. So say I want to throw 5 pies at my opponent, which I can't do it with one hand, right? And then I add this magic spell card onto the dial with it, then I will get 7 pies to throw. So I'm going to set this up at 7, and then my opponent will also set the dial at, say they set at 3 and they didn't use their magic spell card. And then each player will simultaneously reveal their pie fight score. The player with the higher score wins, with ties going to the attacker. Okay, so if me and the blue player both had the same number of pies throwing at each other, then I would win because I had attacked. But in this case, there is no tie. The blue player only wants to throw 3 pies, and I am throwing 7 pies at them. So I will win. I will win this pie fight. The seekers losing pie fight will go back to their base camp, okay, and they will also follow the base camp actions that we just previously looked at. The player who wins the seeker who wins the pie fight will keep all the resources that was left behind by the other player's seeker. Okay, so that is a pie fight. All pies used during the pie fight are deducted from each player's pie track. Used magic spell cards are placed face up on the discard pile. So my magic spell card will go here on the discard pile, and I used all 5 of my pies, so I will go down to 0. And the losing seeker used 3, so they will go down to 3. Okay, and they did not use their magic spell card, so they will not discard any of their spell cards. So that is a pie fight. Now let's move on to the seek action. Right, seek action lets the seekers find apples, gems, and quest tokens onto the game board. So when I place my action token right here on this seek path, it will tell me what dice to use. It's right here, it's saying use 2 red dice, 1 blue die, and 1 yellow die. So when you roll this dice, you'll take the 4 dice and roll them all together. And then each of the apples, so this apple says it's a red apple, so it will go on the red rock region. Okay, the yellow apple will go on the desert region, and then the red quest token sign goes on the red rock region, and here this is a gray gem which will go on the mountain region. So this tells you which region to put the resources in, but it does not tell you which tile of the that region you will put the resource in. I can take this red apple and place it here on this red rock, or I can also place it where already the quest token is. So it does not matter where you place on the region, it's just which tile you place your resource on. It just tells you which region you have to place the resources. So I'm going to go ahead and put all the resources that are mentioned here accordingly, and then we'll move on to the next step. Here I ended up putting a red apple here, the quest token on this red rock area, 1 apple on the desert area, and then I placed a magic gem here, right here on this mountain area. So that is how you get more gems and apples on the board for resources to collect, to make deliveries, and to have pie fights or complete the quests. Right, moving along, let's see how to perform actions on the make section. So say I placed my action token right here. It says 2 apples. If I pay 2 apples, I will get 2 pies on my pie chart. I mean pie track, not pie chart. I keep saying pie chart. I'm too much into math. So my this seeker has 3 apples. So I can just take 2 apples, pay it in the supply pile right here, and then move my pie token up 2 spaces. Okay. Okay, on my next turn, say I put my action token right here. It says pay 2 gems and get 1 magic spell card. So the gems don't have to be on one seeker. You can take the gems from any of the spaces your seekers are occupying. So I can take 1 from this seeker and 1 from this other seeker, place it in the supply pile, and get to draw 1 magic spell card. Okay, and then place it or hold it in my hand or place it face down, whichever is easy. Next, let's look at the last option on the make section. If you put your action token right here, you pay 1 apple and 1 gem to get one of those power up tiles. Okay, so I'm going to take 1 gem from this seeker right here and 1 apple from this seeker, place them in the supply pile, and then take this power up tile. So this power up tile will help you upgrade the make section on your board. So this one says that if you pay 2 apples instead of 2 pies, you will get 3 pies. The rest of them remains the same. So that is one of the options. So all the blue ones will upgrade your make section and all the green ones will upgrade your move section. So let's pick up the green one, top one, and see what it says. For this one, it says that before the start of a pie fight, gain 2 pies. So if you have this one right here, it does not change how you move your seekers, but it gives you this option where before the start of a pie fight, gain 2 plus 2 pies. And it doesn't matter whether you start the fight or the other player starts the fight. Okay, so that upgrade, so the green power up tiles upgrade your move section, move section, and the blue power up tiles upgrade your make section. So those are the 3 types of actions, and in total 6 actions that you can perform on your board right here. Perform, put your action token on, and then perform on the game board itself. Gaining 4 trophies will help you win the game. There are 8 different trophies, out of which you need to earn 4 trophies to win the game. Let's look at each requirement for each trophy and see how you can win the game. So the first trophy right here is tells you that you need to have 8 friendship points. So on your friendship chart, you need to have your token on number 8, where the trophy symbol is, to gain the friendship trophy. Then the next one is you need to have 2 power up tiles, one of each. So one green power up tile and one blue power up tile to gain this trophy. The third one here says that you need to have 3 magic spell cards at a time to gain this trophy. So you can, if you use a spell card, then you don't get the trophy. You need to have 3 or more cards to win this trophy. This one says you need to solve 2 quest cards to win this trophy. Next, down here we saw earlier that I gained this trophy by delivering 4 magic gem to the Ever Castle. Similarly, this one gives you a trophy if you deliver 4 apples to the Ever Castle. This one gives you a trophy if you are involved in a pie fight. This pie fight trophy can only be earned on the turn that you completed it. And then lastly here it says that you need to have 8 pies, or your pie token should be on number 8 right here, where it says, where it has a trophy mark, to win this trophy. So those are the 8 trophy trophy requirements, out of which you need only 4 to win the game. Only 1 trophy can be earned per turn. So even if you gained 2 trophies, say you got 8 pies in one in the same turn as gaining the 3 magical spell cards, you still can only earn 1 trophy. So you have to choose which one you want to earn. Now we'll look at how to win the game. When a turn ends with 1 or more player having earned their 4th trophy, the tournament enters its grand finale. Continuing in turn order, each other player without 4 trophies takes 1 final turn. Players taking final turns are no longer limited to 1 trophy per turn. Once all final turns are resolved, the player with 4 trophies is crowned the winner and the new ruler of Pom. Resolving ties. If after the grand finale there are multiple players with 4 trophies, the winner is determined by whoever has more friendship. So whoever has the highest rank on the friendship track wins the game if there is a tie. If a tie still exists, whoever is currently holding the most gems and apples on the map wins. Okay, so say my player has 1 apple and 2 apples, and the blue player seeker doesn't have any resources, like no gems and no apples. So I'll win the game if there is a tie between me and the blue player. If a tie still exists, all tied players are crowned winners. Ties are not uncommon in My Little Scythe. So there will be a lot of ties, because at the end, when when the other players are taking their final turn, they can gain more than one trophies to win and earn all four of those trophies that they require. So that's about it, guys. This is the end of all the explanation, and let's go ahead and move on to the final thought. Taking a deep breath after explaining so many rules and so many things going on in this game, I personally enjoy this game a lot. It is kind of a very strategic game. It is for a little older kids, 8 plus. My 6 year old plays. He does fairly well with it. We as parents and my mother as a grandmother, we are very competitive. We don't let him win just because he's a kid, but we always try and help him and make him understand different strategies he can use, and then he kind of starts using his own thinking and own strategies to try and win and gain trophies. It is easier for younger kids to learn, but if they are new to board gaming, they you would not want to jump onto this game, but go back down a little bit, a couple of years ages down game. Get them equipped for playing a higher strategy game, and then come to this game and play this game. This game is enjoyable for both kids and adults together. I personally don't own the original version or of Scythe, and I have not yet thought about buying Scythe. But my Little Scythe also comes with an expansion which I currently don't own, and I am looking forward to getting that for my family because we really enjoy this game. Taking a deep breath after explaining so many rules and so many things going on in this game, I personally enjoy this game a lot. It is kind of a very strategic game. It is for a little older kids, 8 plus. My 6 year old plays. He does fairly well with it. We as parents and my mother as a grandmother, we are very competitive. We don't let him win just because he's a kid, but we always try and help him and make him understand different strategies he can use, and then he kind of starts using his own thinking and own strategies to try and win and gain trophies. It is easier for younger kids to learn, but if they are new to board gaming, they you would not want to jump onto this game, but go back down a little bit, a couple of years ages down game. Get them equipped for playing a higher strategy game, and then come to this game and play this game. This game is enjoyable for both kids and adults together. I personally don't own the original version or of Scythe, and I have not yet thought about buying Scythe. But my Little Scythe also comes with an expansion which I currently don't own, and I am looking forward to getting that for my family because we really enjoy this game. One thing that I would say would be a downside for this game is the price point of the game. But I always think and I always say that board games are an investment because they go a long way. A lot of things can be learned with board games, like strategy, sportsmanship, taking turns, winning and losing. All that stuff kids learn through board games, and it takes a lot of time away from the screens which have taken over today's generations all day, like coming from school or just finishing up homeschool and just sitting in front of TVs or having those gadgets in their hand or the phones. This board games take away those screen times and bring them back to having face to face conversations and thinking and putting out what is in their mind, and that is what I really enjoy, and that's why I don't consider price point that big of an issue. But there are definitely much cheaper games and which provides as much strategy and as much experience, as much of a good experience of playing board games, if you don't want to just jump into putting this much money into a board game. But definitely, like I always say, board games are definitely an investment, and it goes on for a long time. It's not once paid and done. You are playing this game for you're going to play this game over and over and over again. And this game has a lot of playability because the strategy is going to be different, the spell cards are going to be different, and how you move is going to be different. So it's always going to be a different game. So that's about it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up if you did. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and family and hit that subscribe button to stay in the loop of all the videos that are going to come in the future. Thank you again. Have a wonderful and blessed day. Bye.